Electricity. Let's talk about it a little bit. Like, what is it? Where does it come from? How can we make it? Not all of us can answer these questions, and we may not know exactly what it is, but we all know what electricity does. If you don't, you certainly would know if it stops doing it. Now think about it for a minute. It lights up our homes, it cooks our food, it powers our computers and television sets, it powers our cell phones. In fact, all communications of any kind would be shut down without it. It powers our factories, it even keeps our cars running. Without it, the world as we know it would come to a screeching halt. We would slide back into the dark ages, literally. What is it? Well, actually, electricity is a general term describing a variety of phenomena resulting from the presence and flow of an electrical charge. These include many easily recognizable phenomena such as lightning, that's an example of static electricity, and the flow of electrical current in an electrical wire keeps our modern world running. In addition, electricity encompasses less familiar concepts such as the electromagnetic field and electromagnetic induction. Ever since electricity was discovered hundreds of years ago, man has been constantly coming up with innovative ideas and methods of generating electrical energy. Keep in mind, electrical energy is a secondary energy source. It's derived from converting a primary source of energy such as wind, solar, hydro, nuclear, etc. We've all heard the laws of physics, right? Well, one of these laws, namely the law of conservation of energy, basically states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only be transformed from one state to another. For instance, wind energy can be converted to electrical energy through the use of a wind turbine. Most recently, an innovative system for generating electricity has surfaced by a Canadian inventor that harvests the energy from our busy highways. Tom Holmes is the co-owner of Quinton.lloyd Enterprises and the inventor of the Electromagnetic Highway Power Systems, EHPS. He is now retired and currently lives in Nova Scotia, Canada. Tom is not new to the field of electronics. His interest was sparked back in the 60s through DeVry Institute of Technology based out of Toronto, Ontario. What are some of the primary energy sources that enable us to generate electricity?
Coal is by far the most popular source of energy, representing almost half of all the total sources of energy currently used in the production of electricity. Next is natural gas at 20%, then nuclear, and close behind that is hydroelectric. We've all heard the saying, sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees. Well, this brings us to the point of this invention. What if we could add something else to the mix?
The long overlooked energy source has been in front of us all along. Highway traffic. That's right, highway traffic. Just think of the massive energy produced by the millions of vehicles traveling on our highways every single day. Now let's go back to those laws of physics for a minute. There is one more very important law worth mentioning. It was discovered by Michael Faraday way back in 1831, and it says, any change in the magnetic environment of a coil of a wire will cause a voltage to be induced in the coil. No matter how the change is produced, the voltage will be generated. The change could be produced by changing the magnetic field strength, moving a magnet toward or away from the coil, moving the coil into or out of the magnetic field, rotating the coil relative to the magnet, etc. In other words, moving a coil of wire through a magnetic field will generate electricity. This is what it's all about. This is what makes the generation of electricity possible. It's that simple. Let's take a look at wind power. Wind power is the fastest growing alternative energy source on the planet. It attracts massive government funding. It also attracts private investors. And it begs the question, why is wind power currently the leading alternative energy source? The answer is because it uses a proven technology. The same proven technology used in the wind turbine can now be used in the electromagnetic highway power systems. Both utilize magnets and field coils in their design. As you can see, the actual location of these components are different. The wind turbine is a rotational generator, and our system is a linear generator. The magnetic belt, an integral part of the newly designed tire, effectively replaces the magnets shown in the cutaway view of the generator used in the wind turbine. The field coils illustrated in this slide shows that the coils are now located just beneath the surface of the highway instead of around the axis of the generator, also shown in the cutaway view of the generator as stator coils. Both systems work in the same way. Remember Faraday's law? Moving a coil of wire through a magnetic field will generate electricity. Regardless of its orientation, rotational or linear, they will both generate an electric current. How does this invention work in a nutshell? Essentially, the system has three components, namely a magnetic belted tire, field coil modules, and an energy management unit. This unit is basically the same design used by the wind power turbine systems. It consists of a power converter and battery storage system and is located in close proximity of the highway. As vehicles drive over the coils, the magnetic belts in the tires and coils react to generate electricity. The generated electrical energy is sent to the energy management unit on the side of the road. The unit is able to supply electricity for local requirements, or it can pass on the energy as a supplement to the main grid. The key component in this innovative system is the magnetic belted tire. Why should a tire manufacturer get involved? We see this invention as a true breakthrough in alternative energy. As such, it only makes sense for any investor to get in on the ground floor. The government is currently investing in wind power projects, and because our new system uses identical technology, there is no reason why funding wouldn't be available to the tire manufacturer for research and development. They would be the first to take advantage of the new technology. They would enjoy global recognition in the industry, and it would be a solid financial investment with unlimited potential. We envision a development of a brand new tire, perhaps adding another complete line of tires. The innovative tire could be labeled the Road Power Series and promoted as the Smart Tire. What's next for Quinton.lloyd Enterprises? The right partners are absolutely essential for the success of this new invention. We need to have a major tire manufacturer on board, local government involvement, a power utility company such as Nova Scotia Power is absolutely necessary. Financial investors as well as technical contributors are also needed for research and development. This new technology could definitely make an impact on the tire manufacturing industry.
A tire manufacturer could be known as the company that produces the only tire that generates electric power for our highways. Your business could be known as the company that reinvented the wheel.